What up, y'all? It's Shay Love. And this is Girl, What's Up With That?
Your weekly check-in with your best friends in your head.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey. I be trying to psych myself out. What is my hey gonna sound like today? Or I want to give y'all something different. Okay. I want to expand your listening ears.
She's giving you,
because I think most of y'all have nigga ears, so I'm expanding.
You're opening their palate up. Okay.
Yeah. Inside their eardrums.
I like that. Expanding their.
Thank you.
Their listening, making them more eclectic. There we go. That's.
Yes, because you never know basically what the hell's going to come out of my mouth.
Yeah, so I understand. Hey, y'all. We are here again.
We're back
with another episode this week.
We're back. Look at y'all. Look at us. Look at us. You should be so proud. When we going to take Christmas break? When does that start? In November? Perfect.
Well, listen, you know my mindset. I'm like, although I graduated, baby, I'm still on that school schedule. The last day of the semester. Them last 2 weeks of December.
Yeah, because
season 3 will be back in January.
Yes. How much can we give? And to be honest, depending on how things pan out, I'm trying to be in DC during the first quarter. So
that just made me really nervous.
Yeah, can y'all niggas go back? We got 41 days. 40 days.
It's a wild place.
And rooms is $900 a night, and I didn't already pay for 5 nights. So y'all do the fucking math.
Excuse me. 900? We just talked about,
and it's not the fucking W.
We just talked about terms of endearment. I'm about to pull my inner Derek out. Bitch, $900 per night?
Yeah, what? Well, I said, who does this? Where? I ain't never stayed in DC and it's been that much. So I'll be staying in a crack house in Baltimore, so I'll be hopping on the train.
Oh, girl.
I'm gonna have a good time. No, I have people, so we'll see.
Oh no, I
probably should text and check on them.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? What's going on? Is my cot still available?
Yeah, I still got my pillow and my blanket.
Yeah, what does that look like? Again?
Yeah.
Shoot. In the middle of a season?
Wait,
and you know how I feel about seasons. But I'm going to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King. So.
Oh, that's what we're going?
It'll be lit.
For? Is that what we're telling ourselves?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be lit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. And I want to get a personal invite. Stephen Horsford, can I ride with you?
My face isn't like this because of what you just said. My face is like this because I cannot remember the last time an election day fell on a Monday. Unless I don't remember what day election day is.
Election day is on the 5th. It's a Tuesday.
I thought, let me see.
Because I already told my mom her birthday is canceled. See, because her birthday is on the 5th. You just gonna have to pick another day, 6-9. And, plan accordingly. Because if we both ain't glued to the TV watching CNN at 11 o'clock at night, are we really living? It is so ghetto here.
So ghetto.
So so please go out and vote, okay?
I'm also wondering, should we, if you're Black, should you, barricade your doors?
Maybe. You know what? I won't say what I'm about to get. Never mind. Because I don't want the laws to come for me.
I mean, it's legal to carry.
No, I was talking about getting something sawed off. You feel me?
I understand.
Mm-hmm. So, play with me. So, I don't know. Vote. I say all that to say, please vote. But I also did notice, because we did have some questions about question 3 on the ballot here in Nevada. So the NAACP will be breaking that down on October the 9th at Chocolate City Cigar Lounge. So yeah, there's that, to hear how they break that down for us.
Make sure we post that.
Because really, like, how's it going to affect me if you open up the primaries to everyone that's registered?
Yeah. So that's an event that we need to.
Because if that's the case, I can. Yeah, because I would want to just be an independent or nonpartisan.
October 9th, that's a recording day. You might.
I know, so maybe we'll record live there.
I mean, technically, that's not impossible.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's not possible.
Maybe I should reach out. That's my next question.
At least a second.
Can I hook you up to
the back half of the show?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because that would be very informative. Because, niggas need information. Niggas being me. I'm not talking about y'all niggas out there, because y'all are highly educated. I'm talking about me. What'd you do this weekend, Freya? How are you? Girl, what's up with you?
I want to say I'm enjoying rest, but I am partially enjoying rest. And the reason why it's partial is because I took y'all's advice. Y'all always love to be like, you write everything out and you plan everything, and you're the type of person who unpacks as soon as you get home. And I tried y'all's advice. I fucking hated it. So I spent all weekend unpacking and reorganizing, and now I'm finally doing laundry. I'm never doing that again. When I get my ass home, I'm gonna go to sleep, and the next morning, I'm gonna fucking unpack. It was a nightmare.
Wow. Okay. And you know what? KK says I'm bad because Kendall, I'm about to air you out, girl. We can go on an international trip, and KK can go at least 3-4 months without unpacking that bag. And it will sit in her downstairs guest room. I want to say, no lie, when we went to Bali, she had bought us bag because she had too much shit. And she needed another bag. I want to say the Bali bag didn't get put up until we went to Bali in 2019. It had to be 2022.
And there was still stuff
before the bag was folded back up.
There was stuff inside of it?
Yeah. Like, at that point, girl, throw that shit away. You don't need that.
How many panties you got, KK?
No, well, here's another travel tip. If you're going on a vacation and you travel like me and my friends travel, you are buying a new pack of panties. And you have your travel panties and you just throw the pack in a bag. And then you ain't worried about them. Me, I've learned that it's easier for me to travel without any panties. So most of the time when I go out of town, I ain't got no drawers. I just be free balling. I've gotten to that age. Little juicy fruit got a break.
Yikes!
I be like, Like I was, before we started today, I was on the phone with my homegirl because we talking about homecoming.
Ooh,
and I'm
homecoming.
Like, shit. I ain't even packing a bra.
I don't.
I got titty tape.
But it's going to be humid.
They just going to have to see me.
I mean,
they just going to see me. I've been waiting to wear these brassy bras.
That just reminded me, I need to get nipple covers for the wedding. Both weddings.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Nipple covers. Wait, you're going to 2 weddings?
My godbrother and then Sierra.
Oh, man. October. Why do people want to get married in October?
Well, my godbrother is getting married in October because of 10/10.
Oh, that's cute. That's so cute.
And then Sierra, what did she tell me about the date? And I told her it was a terrible idea because her birthday is like the week after or something.
Well, it'll make him easier to remember her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
He can give her the earrings for the anniversary and the necklace for her birthday. I like it.
Shout out to Fire Marshal Ryan.
That part. I literally just watched the video the other day and was cackling. Like, you ever go back in time and be like, now that was some funny shit. I was like, this is so beautiful. And then you hear people screaming in terror behind us. KK shaking because she said my anxiety is too bad. Then people catching on fire. He's laughing. Shit was
Meanwhile,
perfect.
my background. This is my background on the phone. On my phone right now.
Oh, that's so pretty. That makes sense.
Yeah. You know.
People are like, ah!
Just, you know, the downside to the internet and social media. Too many people find out and it doesn't become as fun anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It was nice, though. I like staying to the end.
What a fun time.
Seeing people just wrap this shit up. Yeah.
But yeah, so I tried it y'all's way and I hated it. I'm never waiting that long again.
She said, I ain't never doing that shit again.
And then I washed my hair and I am 1000% convinced, assured, like, there, you can't make me think otherwise, that Cécred is the reason why my hair is where it is, lengthwise.
Yeah. I do think that. Even with my locks, I feel that my locks have matured so much.
Yeah.
Just by using this shampoo.
Yeah. So, flat iron season is coming up. I have an inkling. I don't want to get myself too excited, but I have an inkling that my hair is at a length that it has not been probably since, like, when it's straight. My hair is at a length that it hasn't been probably since like 2013 when I had a relaxer. Yeah, so the fact that my if what I'm thinking is correct, the fact that my hair is this long and I don't have a relaxer, baby, me and Cécred about to go together real bad. Real.
And she coming out with, and them drops are out already, right? They just released the drops.
And then I saw this girl.
Because I'm saying, baby.
Then I saw this girl on.
I was bald on the sides. I got hair.
I saw this girl on Threads. And someone had asked, like, hey, y'all, can you give me your experience with Cécred? Like, I think I'm about to make a purchase. And this girl posted, and she was like, the short of it is, I love it. Like, I really do love it. It works really well with my hair. But then she showed side by side pictures of her from when she started using it to now. And her crown is bigger and longer. Her ponytail is longer and fuller. Like, and it's like she started it from like January to April. And that's not a long time.
Yeah.
And then, so me seeing her pictures, naturally, I went back and looked at my, like, have been looking at my curls from when I started to now. And I'm like, oh. Then I pulled on a curl, like I stretched a curl. And that's when I was like, there's no way. Like, I'm like, that's why I'm like, I don't want to get myself excited. But I pulled on a curl, and the length that the space that it hit, I was like, excuse me? What?
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Cécred out here saving lives, edges, everything.
Giving people, confidence.
Giving people hope. Yeah. Yes. I do truly believe, like, there's something in the formula.
There has to be.
And I haven't even used everything. I just got the protein rice thingy. I just haven't used it.
Wait, so you only have the shampoo?
Okay, I was only using the shampoos, the clarifying and the hydrating. Oh. And now I have both of the shampoos, and then I have the moisturizing conditioner. Okay. And I started that. But, like, when I say legit, I had no hair on the sides. I have locks on the side now that are actually locking and budding. Like,
yeah.
Girl, what?
So okay. I started with just the shampoo and the deep conditioner. Because, as a curly girl, I have to deep condition my hair.
Yeah.
And then I got the Moisture Seal lotion. And now I have the hydrating shampoo, deep conditioner. This is my second deep conditioner, by the way. And I also got the hydrating conditioner. But yeah.
I just love the way it smells. Yeah. I'm so like, it smells like heaven. I feel like so much closer to Beyonce, you know? I'll play one of her albums. Then I'll go ahead and use some of my Sacred. And then I'll go ahead and try to put on my House of Darion jeans because my whiskey still ain't came. But I got my letter to let me know what happened.
So it's on the...
They just want to make sure it was me buying 8 bottles and to be like, well, this is a bulk order. Okay. And
Christmas is coming up.
How you know I wasn't handing them out like puppies?
Well,
I wasn't, but...
Oh, speaking of Beyonce, this is a cute Cowboy Carter sweatshirt.
Did she send you a message?
No, I opened up shop to put my Sacred stuff in my cart, and it just gave me straight Beyonce, not Sacred Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
And there's this...
Because Beyonce be working.
Yeah. There's also this really cute Cowboy Carter jacket. I'm not paying $300 for it, but it's cute. But yeah, so speaking of that, also catching up. We didn't talk about this last week, but the CMAs, thank you for proving the point of an entire album. Thank you for proving the point of an entire album. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Not only proving the point of an entire album, but you have officially let everybody know that you're out your rabbit ass mind because you didn't nominate an album with two legends. 2 country music legends are on this album. 2. The Dolly Parton and the Willie Nelson. Excuse me? Oh, excuse me. Wait. What am I saying? 2, 3. Linda Martell. Excuse me? But it's cool. That's what she said y'all was going to do, so.
That was dumb. And then people are like, oh, she didn't submit. What does that mean? Really? Is that even a thing?
I mean, it is, but...
Why y'all lying?
No, of course, like... You mean to tell me Sony didn't submit?
Come on now.
That's like telling me Sony not making Spider-Man movies anymore. Like, what? Be fucking for real.
And then, what was the one? I can't think of her name. One of the girls that was featured on Blackbird. You didn't have to say nothing. Talking about she agreed with the CMAs. You're only agreeing because you've done things with the CMAs already. But would you have the same eyes on you? No, you wouldn't. Like, do like Shaboozey. Say thank you, Beyonce. Because you weren't even nominated for anything either. Do like Shaboozey and say thank you for putting a different face and tone to country music. I appreciate you. Like, Post Malone be getting nominated for stuff, and he just decided to leave rap music and start taking showers to create country. But whatever. Dolly, you too can go play your acrylic somewhere else. Because you was begging Jolene not to take your man. And Beyonce said, no, we fuck up Jolene. That was kind of funny, though.
Yeah, so...
What do you mean? Don't take my man.
What? Yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. But she said y'all was going to do it, so...
Yeah, thank you for proving her right.
Yeah.
Because she knew it was going to be some fuck shit. I hate that for her.
But I am really curious about what Act 3 is going to look like.
Oh, we already know. We read it in the magazine.
Yes. But I mean, like, to actually witness it.
True. That's very true. Like, very true. I just added Act 1 at the bottom of my email tagline. You won't break my soul.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Quit your job. Release the wiggle. It was like, did you mean to do this? I did. And I'll do it again.
They thought that it was not supposed to be there?
I don't know what they thought. But I was like, no, I did that on purpose. Because you're not going to break my soul.
Right. But yeah, so
Yabba dabba dabba.
Did the whole unpack. Oh, the reason I brought up washing my hair was because in combination with using Sacred, the hairstylist in me came out and remembered the importance. And I'm saying this because I did it, but I'm also saying this because everybody, but specifically Black women, you guys need to start doing this. I remembered the importance of bonds in hair. And yes, I'm getting very technical and sciencey right now, but just ride with me for a second. The importance of like bonds in hair. When we talk about like bonds, like the chemical makeup of hair, like what is an atom, right? The nucleus is the house of the cell, whatever, right? Remember all the things we learned in elementary school or 6th grade. But I used this bond solve the other day, and this isn't the first time that I've used it, but I used it and it has literally like brought my curls back to life. Like they're very springy. Day 2 hair lasts for like a week. Like my hair it's been a week since I washed my hair, and my hair still looks like I'm on like day 3 or day 4 hair. Like it's not getting as big as it used to, and that's because the bonds in my hair have been restored. So it's increasing the elasticity in my hair. It is reducing, like for me, I have porous hair, and I have highly porous hair, but because I'm using this bonder, it is reducing like my hair from being porous and things like that. So my curls are more curly, more coily, X, Y, and Z. I'm bringing this up because we are getting into the winter months, and I know flat iron season is coming up for a lot of us. We're getting into the winter months, and I know sometimes like we do braids in the summer, but I also know people like to do their sew-ins in the summer, which is just another form of braiding. And I'm bringing this up because y'all go get you some bonder. Go get you some bonder. I'll put some, y'all know where it'll be. I'll put some in there, but go get you some bonder because Nevada's water is very harsh. Lots of chemicals in it. Like when I say chemicals, I mean like the chart. So like copper, mercury, those type of chemicals. But bonder will basically help fill the holes in your hair to bring back your elasticity and things like that. And it's important to use those things, especially before and after protector styles, and before and after, like for me, technically straightening my hair is going to change the molecular and chemical makeup of my hair. So I need to fill it in before I go and change it. So that's my nerd out for the episode. But seeing the way that my hair basically not reverted in a bad way, but has reverted to like being more healthy, and like I don't have anything, like you can see my hair right now. I don't have anything in my hair. There's no oil, there's no nothing in my hair, and you see it's like shiny and that's because the bonds in my hair the holes are being filled in. So I'll put some bonders in there, varying prices, because I know everybody's wallet and budget look different. So I'll put some in there. But I was thinking about that this weekend. I was like, ooh, the girls, especially because I know, especially us as Black girls, we like to be like, ooh, am I going ginger in the winter? Am I doing that brown, the copper coal brown, the little warm brown? We honey blonde. We like to do all the colors in the wintertime and the fall time. I get it. But before we do that, let's fill the holes in our hair.
Yeah. Fascinating.
And if you have locks, you can also do it too. It's not like,
Okay.
So
it's not a secret society.
No, it's not. Not at all. Bonder.
Restoring the bonds. Again, it sounded like science.
It definitely is science.
I was like, what the fuck is a bond?
Definitely.
Like a child and mother bond?
I mean, if you look at your hair as your child,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, Auntie Tabitha gives her hair a name. So. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Donna.
Yeah, Donna.
That's a strong bond that she got with Donna.
Yeah. So, If you one of those people, especially if you like bleach your hair heavy or if you straighten your hair a lot and all that bonds, it's really, really good for your hair.
Yeah. And it's important. Just because you want a certain look does not mean you got to risk your hair integrity for that look. So I like that. Get y'all bonds for y'all put that heat on it. It's going to smell like sizzling meat anyway.
Yeah, so that's what I did this weekend. I jumped back in my cosmetology bag and
look, I cursed everyone that told me to wait. Sorry. I don't think I told you to wait, but I said rest, but my bad. Do you? Because I know when I get off a plane, I have a routine too. So I feel you. My suitcase gets opened immediately and I'm throwing stuff in my hamper.
I was like, oh, just...
Because I can't sleep because, you know, you get off a plane, you're still antsy and I can't leave this mess here.
No. I'm not doing that again. So. Even if I don't, so my thing is like, even if I don't, well, even if I don't take the stuff out of the packing cubes, I at least take the packing cubes and like everything that's in the suitcase out and I put the suitcase away. And then usually I just set, because my hamper has a lid, so I just set the packing cube, like if I'm not ready to do it right now, I set the packing cubes on top of the hamper. Because in the morning, when I go take a shower and I take my pajamas off, I can't put the pajamas in the hamper because the packing cubes are on top of the hamper.
Yeah, that's true. Like you have a routine, like, and then also I be knowing the packing cubes where these clothes are all dirty. These clothes didn't even get looked at on the trip. Yeah. So let me get this out the way before I forget. Or people just trying to mess with people's routines. Why would they do that to that type A?
Listen. Speaking of type A, did you see that? Have you seen that post that's been going around that somebody was like, I didn't really like school, but what I did like was getting that planner on the first day of school. I realized that is where the type A started. That's where it started. That's it.
And shout out to the Clark County School District for providing us with those planners every
single year,
freaking year. Every single year. And then you get out on your own and you realize, wait, I don't get no planner.
I have to buy one. Or if you're like me, I have to customize my own pages.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay. Yeah, totally different. Shout out to y'all. I wonder if kids still get them. I don't think so.
But in the video...
Probably not the way society is.
I mean, shit, these kids can barely
definitely ain't getting nothing.
Read cursive, so...
That's true.
Which I just finished a book. Shocker. Just finished a book. YA book. And there's a section in the book where somebody wrote a letter. And the letter is written in cursive. And my first thought was, there's an age group of children who cannot read this.
They can't read this.
And it's not even heavy cursive. That's the crazy part. It's not heavy cursive. It's like part. I don't know. How would you combine Mersive? Because it's not. It's manuscript. Is that what it's called? When it's print. Yeah. It's like Mersive. I don't know. It's not full cursive. And I was like, there's a generation of kids who cannot read this.
Like, and cursive was
required.
I knew, because that's the only thing my mother. Yeah, that was the only thing my mother.
My grandmother still,
especially if it was some official shit. My mama's still writing cursive. I be looking at her print.
My grandmother doesn't have print. My grandmother does not have print. She only writes in cursive. I prefer writing in cursive.
That's crazy.
Like the way I write in general, and like the flow of my hand or the cadence of my hand, it feels better to write in cursive. Then you add on the fact that I'm a long nail girl, and it just feels better to write in cursive. I prefer writing cursive. Now, my cursive is a combination of print letters, like certain letters, and not all my letters are always attached, but for the most part, I write in cursive.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my baby sister, I'm sure she knows now, but there's a period in time where my baby, like the baby, the one who will be 24 this year, did not know how to address a letter. Like on the
really?
envelope. Did not know how to address an envelope.
Dang. I stay writing
Listen,
letters.
Y'all just got shit in the mail from me the other day. So
I did. And a little thug tear rolled down my cheek. And I said, I'm not gonna say anything about this because I refuse to give it the satisfaction. Because that was the first 3 lines. I don't want you crying. Talking about why you over there humming?
Nothing. It's so funny.
I'm sorry.
When those, I can always tell how long it take y'all to check y'all mail. That's how I can see how long it take y'all.
I said, nope, I'm not even gonna respond. I'm just gonna put this on the inside of my budget book, so when I open it up, yeah, we're going to a beach. I was like, I ain't even gonna put no satisfaction on this. Nope. You won't catch me.
Okay, girl. But yeah, so that's what I did this weekend. Reminded myself that I know other things besides words. And yeah. Unpacked and read a book. And that's about it.
At least you got some stuff done.
See, the reason I'm making this face is I'm looking at this planner, my planner, and I switched planners in the middle of the year, and I'm realizing that this planner has not been touched since December of last year. That's not entirely true. Just kidding. Maybe January. Interesting. Anyway, child.
Did you just retire? Did you retire?
I did because it was at the time it was too big to fit in my backpack with my iPad and my notebooks and my textbooks and all the things. But now we can bring her back because I also have like my content section in here and like planning out content, which I need to go back to doing because don't get me wrong, I love my notes app, but it's not really the most efficient. Again, because I like to write stuff down in cursive. So yeah.
You like to put it out there.
I'm also one of those things about like spelling is a spell. So when you write it down in your own handwriting, you manifest. Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll talk on manifestation in another episode.
So you a witch?
I mean, all Black people are technically
are witches. I knew that.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody the other day. I said, I put a spell on you, and they said, what?
Technically all.
I was like, I'm a witch. And they're like, how do you know that for sure? I was like,
I'm Black.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll get into that in a different episode. What we want to talk about, girl, what had happened? What you see this week?
Girl, what didn't I see? I'm saying make y'all money when you stay true and you stay faithful to something. You will indeed get a reward. Shout out to T.I. and Tiny for receiving over $71 million in regards to the Bratz OMG. Wait, no, it was the OMG LOL Surprise Dolls. They started this case in 2020 and they finally received justice 2024. As you know, well, maybe you don't know, these dolls there were 3 dolls that came out that looked exactly like the young ladies from the OMG girls, Zanique, Beautiful, and Lala. Like their mannerisms, the hair colors, the wild outfits. The OMG girls was copywritten. So they were saying you can't make dolls in this likeness because there's already a business that represents this. I believe the OMG girls had their own kind of dolls back in the day as well. So yeah, when a big corporation think they can do something you sometimes got to let them know, like, nah, play it. This ain't what it is. So shout out to
that
them.
whole situation from the get-go blew my hair back because and this is gonna sound shady, but it's partially true. Usually niggas don't got their shit together. Usually niggas don't got the business licenses, they don't have the patents, they don't have the trademarks or whatever they need in order to have things of this nature. However, and that's the everyday person. We were talking about T.I.
Yeah.
And Tiny. Like,
Tiny.
You really thought that...
Did we not learn anything?
These are two people who, even if, let's just say, they didn't, like, you know, they green, fresh coming into the game. They had a show on VH1. VH1 is not going to let them sign a contract without them having lawyers.
Yeah.
So, like, on top of that. You really think... I remember when this whole thing started, and I was like, wow, that was bold of them.
I was like, wow. And then also I was thinking, like, dang, time flew by like that. It's been 4 years already.
It has.
So I'm glad that they came to a conclusion. Tiny was outside of court. You know, she was saying, I'm sorry, I've been crying. My face is puffy. I wanted to say, when is your face not puffy?
Points have been made.
It's the surgery, girl. But I'm glad that they were able to take in y'all evidence. Look at the time period that the OMG girls, because the OMG girls are still active. They were just on tour for the R&B Queens tour. So it's like they're still active. They still have this colorful hair. They still do all these things. They're now just
grown women.
OMG women, I guess. But damn. So I like to see black people win and shit, because we don't get to win often. Listen,
after the book I
just
read, I need all the black people to win. I want everybody black to win.
Like Issa Rae said, who you rooting for? Everybody black?
Yeah, but not anymore. She's not
everybody
black.
Mm-mm. Oh, she's not? Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that clip. I was like, ooh. And I
which,
but I do. I feel you,
which
girl.
Honestly, this is not one of the topics, but that made me think about something. Going back to politics and voting, because we're never not going to talk about it until, I won't even say after November. We're still going to talk about it, but
we're still going to talk about voting
and politics in relation to black people. I have an issue with right now, specifically when it comes to this whole campaign thing, and then when it comes to Kamala, is people are always saying, well, we don't know what her policies are, we don't know what her plan is. And I'm like, here's my thought process. And people always say, well, she's interviewing for a job. You're right. You're absolutely right. She is interviewing for a job. If that's the analogy we're going to make, she's interviewing for a job. No argument there. Let me ask you a question. When you work at your job and you disagree with your boss, and you've decided, you know what, this ain't working no more, this disagreement, our difference of opinion, I can't do it no more, and you start looking for another job, do you sit in the interview of your new job and talk about how much you and your boss don't get along? I was just curious. I was curious for your everyday job. This woman is interviewing to be the president. When you go down to Amazon and decide to go work in a warehouse, you don't go talk about how much you hate working at Smith's, how you and your boss don't get along with each other at Smith's. What would make you think that she about to get up here on this podium with these debates, at these rallies, at these things, and tell you, and this isn't, we don't have proof of this, but tell you how her policy, her plan, her idea, her thought process may or may not be different than her boss's? Why would she do that?
Right.
Because here's the thing. Although she is running for the president, she is still the active and sitting vice president. She still got a job.
She looking at transferring. She ain't looking to be a whole new hire. You got to play nice until that transfer kicks in.
Hello? Like, so I'm always, and on top of that, outside of you don't go talk bad about your boss in a new interview, even if fine. She not telling us about her policies. That's cool. But you know who is telling us about their policies? You know who has concepts of a plan? You know who has already showed us what they are willing to do? What they have done? Who we do have receipts on? I'm going to be honest with you. if I had to choose between the person who ain't really saying nothing, she ain't talking bad about her boss, and the person who has already shown me they don't give a fuck, baby, I feel safer with not knowing.
And to be honest, like, there's certain things she's not saying, but there are a lot of words she is saying. Her plans with small businesses, her plans with Inflation Reduction Act, continuing that, her thoughts about increasing home ownership, lowering home purchasing, right, back down to 3%, building more affordable housing. You tired of your kids at home? They need to pay attention. We used to send them to ICD college. Now we about to let them know, get your own shit. Fuck that shit up. It's now become affordable. The tax breaks, it makes more sense. The stuff she is talking
it's
about.
It's all there.
Like, okay, there's some things we love to hear, and then there's some things that haven't really, we're like, well, you're not saying enough. Like, at the end of the day, I was out with the girls this weekend. I said, thank y'all for fighting for my pussy when I thought I couldn't fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for your service. You're welcome. Like, continue that fight. Like, that's something right there. I keep forgetting that young lady's name that got pregnant by her stepfather at the age of 12. That could have been forced to carry that child. Like, but because she had the choice, because she was able to terminate that pregnancy, because he was able to get locked up. Unfortunately, he's out now, but I'm just saying, like, because of these things, right? Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Man, white people is weird. Never mind. What you see?
So, I don't know if you guys have seen the video or the pictures yet, but Corinne Fox just got married, and although it is her day, it's the bride and groom's day, and it's a celebration of their love, I couldn't help but to take a moment to just let my heart be very, very warm for Jamie Foxx's reaction to walking his daughter down the aisle, because in my brain, it's just a little bit further than a father walking his daughter down the aisle, because wasn't it just last year that we thought we were going to lose Jamie Foxx? So
we really thought they cloned that nigga.
So when you are, close to death's door, these are the type of moments that you don't think that you think you might not get them. These are the moments that, you're not sure when you're on that hospital bed and you're in a coma and all those. These are the moments that you're not sure if you're going to see. So watching this video and just seeing him so emotional while walking Corinne down the aisle, it really, like, I was like grinning, like my heart literally just felt so warm. Like it was such a beautiful thing to see, and she looks gorgeous.
And you could also see the pride on his face. And then also, once he made it down the aisle and he, gave her away, like the look back that she gave him.
Girl.
That was, to me, like, oh my God, I want a daddy. I said, oh.
Yeah.
That's what got you. Me was like, damn.
Yeah.
I said, oh, it was the look back. Because it's one thing, like, you gotten me this far, Dad, but the fact that I can look back and see you after I know what we went through. And it wasn't like she was just married any old Joe Schmo. This was somebody that she had been with for like 7 years. Like, he knows the family. So that was a lot.
Like he went through that struggle of, not knowing that scary time, that scary year. He was, her now husband was there with her through that time. But yeah, so I saw that and it warmed my heart.
Yeah. That's all.
But what else you see this week, girl? What you see?
Girl, electric chair. Okay? How come like, I know why, but how come like white folks don't get into the same amount of trouble as black folks? So we have the retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre, who they were calling the welfare queen. So basically, he improperly received $1.1 million in speaking fees from a nonprofit organization that spent welfare funds with the approval from the State Department of Human Services. This all happened in good old Mississippi. Although they say that he paid back the $1.1 million, which he didn't, he still owes $730,000 in interest charges. And currently he does not face any criminal charges. He talks about losing on investments and what he believed was a breakthrough on a new drug and things of that nature. At the end of the day, you were misspending money in Mississippi, one of the poorest states. One of the poorest states, sir. You, a retired NFL player, you were taking money or food, if you put it like that, out of folks' mouths that needed it. And now there's no repercussions. Like I said, electric chair.
Didn't this same thing just happen?
Prison is where you go.
Didn't the same thing just happen in like Alabama or something? And it wasn't he like the governor? Or am I thinking the same thing? Wasn't he like the governor or something? I feel like we talked about this on the show.
Well, the governor gave him the money. The former Mississippi governor gave him the money. Yeah,
I remember.
Like, he don't need it. So this welfare queen, now he talking about how he got Parkinson's disease. And to be honest, when he was doing in court, I ain't see him shake. Not once. Now Michael J. Fox, when he be talking, he like, Jesus, don't do me. But I'm just saying, that's what he did, Lord. But he wasn't even shaking. He must have the early stages.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So I don't know, but I think the welfare queen needs to be held accountable.
Of course.
Because that's not fair.
Because wasn't it just a couple episodes you was telling me about somebody who got in trouble for some chicken wings?
Yes, that woman, and a football player said, I'll pay for the chicken, because she was stealing chicken over 9 years. Because she was probably selling plates on the side. Like, why are you always... This is my thing. Okay, unfortunately, Anglo-Saxons, this is my thing. Why must you find a way to be a victim in every situation when you are, in fact, not the victim, but the perp? Who is this a class y'all go through that we ain't invited to because we black? How do you switch it up and now all of a sudden you the victim in the story? You stealing money from poor people, but now you the victim because you got Parkinson's disease. If I looked at everything that didn't go right in my life, I've never been privileged enough to say I too am the victim in this situation, even when I am actually the victim. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. You're an interesting bunch of people. That's like all I can say. It's like the older I get and the more I start to see like just shit, right? Just shit happening. I'm like, and they've been operating and thinking this way for years.
Yes. Think of Jeff Epstein, right? That whole scandal. Everything went down. He was once in the same cell that P. Diddy is as we speak. But how did he become a victim in his story after he had like 4 different Netflix, Peacock, and Hulu specials? Suicide. So nothing happened to those poor girls that were going to Star Island, having to have sex with all these random people. Harvey, all of them. I'm starting to believe Jaguar Wright ain't that crazy. I went down a hill the other day, and I legit had to cuss somebody out. Like, girl, why you tell me to look this shit up? It makes sense.
I'm pretty sure I said that last week too. Like I just,
I said, "Oh, okay, girl."
And she been saying it. Not only been she been saying it, but y'all know my guilty pleasure is the Kardashians. Somebody brought up an episode.
Oh, that clip.
And y'all, yes. If you're wondering, did I go back and watch? I sure did. Sure did go back and watch the episode.
Talking about everybody was in there naked. You would have liked it.
Huh? Yeah. Between that, everybody needs to go to jail. Between that and then apparently Neo took his kids with him to the party because he didn't have a babysitter.
That's crazy. Wait, this was the thing that blew me. Somebody was like, they was playing R. Kelly in the background, and it was trapped in a closet, and it was like, not only was he going to freak offs, he was having freak offs, but his mama was going and participating. What? What?
Cut the cameras. Dead ass. What? Huh? Excuse me.
And that's also because they had that book that came out, which they're saying the book is fake, and the author is saying well, they came from different flash drives. I can't tell you who sent them. I can't say what's real or what's fake. I didn't research anything. I just took what was on the flash drives. So, and then of course that statement came out. Like, y'all don't be listening to what people say.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. About like these flash drives come out and then shortly after it's this isn't real. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I just have questions. Especially what we've already, like Kid Cudi's car getting blown up, like things that we already know. People getting held over balconies. I'm never the video of Andre Leon Talley and them at the Met. That is never
that chills
till this day. That's never. But again, if everything is what they're saying when it comes to him and his sexuality is true, you do see this man as a threat.
And then I'm just like, when that last baby mama said like things weren't going right and she was hit in the face and then the stomach, nothing was done. And then her and Young Miami get into a tiff online, and Young Miami says, if I want you to eat my pussy, Diddy would have had you on your knees by now. Why are you just saying shit? And why can we see the record? Like, yeah, if y'all doing everything on the black market or whatever, y'all don't have a secret like Twitter or something else that everybody don't have access to when y'all be feeling some kind of way and you want to expose some shit? Because I'm like, ay caramba.
Yeah.
Child, what else you see?
So I know that we are technically not young adults anymore. That's what somebody said to me, Leslie.
Fuck them.
Okay. Which is,
well, she's not a young adult.
She's younger than us. She's younger than me.
Yeah, she is, but she's not a young adult. She thinks she a grandmama. I don't know.
Points are being made. So I guess my question though is, what is the age that, like, are we at the age where we can start watching our stories? Like, are we there yet?
What are our stories?
Days of Our Lives, Young and the Rest, the stories. Are we there yet?
Oh, I was about to say, are we watching Insecure over at this age that we are now?
Like, daytime stories. Are we there yet? Or we still got a couple years?
Well, no. I think we still have a couple years because we still got to go work.
So if that's the case, would it change your mind if I said that the first Black daytime soap opera in 30 years will be airing soon? Would that change your mind? Because CBS and the NAACP are collaborating to produce Beyond the Gates. And it will be the first daytime soap opera with a predominantly Black cast since Generations, which came out in 1989. Yes.
Okay.
So It's set in, it says set in a luxurious gated community in a Maryland suburb just outside of DC. It revolves around an influential family, the Duprees, and, quote, a powerful and prestigious multi-generational family that is the very definition of Black royalty. But behind these pristine walls and lush manicured gardens lie juicy secrets and scandals waiting to be uncovered. That's the show description.
Okay, as long as they don't involve Tyler Perry, I'm good.
The members of the cast, I'm only saying because I only skimmed. So the members of the cast, the first people who have been announced are, I don't know if it's Tamara or Tamara, because people like to do their long A's and their short A's, but Toonie, she was on Law and Order SVU. We used to talk about Law and Order off the air. She was on Law and Order SVU. Mm-hmm. And As the World Turns, so she has, some soap opera. Yeah, she has some soap opera on her belt. And she will be Anita Dupree, the matriarch of the family. And then we have Daphne. X in French is O. So Duclos, Daphne Duclos from One Life to Live will be playing Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson, which I'm assuming is one of the daughters who has since remarried. And then Carla Mosley, who was on The Bold and the Beautiful and Guiding Light, will be Danny Dupree.
That was my shit.
Production will begin this fall, of course, in the Black Mecca, aka Atlanta, and it will premiere in early 2025, according to Variety. And it being shot in Atlanta doesn't surprise me, because although everything is shot in Atlanta too, and although we may want Tyler Perry to be off of it when it comes to credit and producing, he does have that studio, and he always gonna. Yeah, he always gonna help the Black. He always gonna let him come. If that's the way he's helping, because that's right. If that's the way he's helping, I'll allow it. But yeah, so
just long as you don't write nothing.
So Beyond the Gates is it'll be coming at the beginning of the year.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and it'll be on CBS. So,
but also I be watching a whole bunch of trash. So
I don't know. I feel like. What's that other show that I want to say Lynn Whitfield is like the matriarch, and it's about a church. Greenleaf. Yeah.
Greenleaf.
I watched dramatic. Like 1 or 2 seasons. And then I was like, yeah, I can't.
I mean, the inner workings of a church.
Listen, Linda. I saw what the show was about in them first couple episodes. I said, oh. Mm-hmm.
I said, oh. And Oprah Winfrey is your drunk aunt? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think people forget that Oprah acts. Like, I think people...
I don't know how. Because let her tell it. She was the Sophie in the New Color Purple, too. She couldn't wait.
Okay.
She spent a lot of time on set because she was a producer.
Yeah, no, I get that part. I just let Danielle.
But
let
Danielle do it, because Oprah, I still watch you every holiday in the Women of Brewster's Place. Oh, that's what we should be for Halloween. We should just go up to a brick wall and try to break it.
Child, what you see this week? What else you see?
She's like, I'm not playing with her. So basically, we're still going to work, huh? Yes. So if you were living under a rock like me, because let the other side tell it, we've had our former president, Donald Trump, be shot at like multiple times and no one's doing anything. But no one's addressing the fact that Kamala Harris's campaign office in Arizona has been shot up for the second time. They're still investigating the shooting as far as the property crime. And of course, nobody was in the building. Thank God nobody was in the building. But this is the second time the building has been targeted in recent weeks. No one's saying anything about that, how people are targeting offices that belong to the Democratic Party and things of that nature. But we all worried about what's happening in Margot Largo with him getting shot, and that ear then healed up really fast. I mean,
I'm pretty sure I said this.
What's going on?
These exact words that I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure I said them last week. He wants to be a martyr so bad. Like, sir, you are not Jesus. He wants to be a martyr so bad. It's like, at this point, call the lady. Like, he needs a psyche eval. Like, I don't understand it.
Like,
I don't understand it.
Like, just because you keep getting shot at don't mean nothing. And then I had a former coworker, a mental health professional. She was saying there's this other therapist that was like, how come they keep shooting him? That's a simple question. It wasn't like she was saying, I want him dead. Now that white woman's crazy to me. She's always been funny. But she was like, how come they keep shooting and missing? What is going on? All she said was, are these shots even real? I have questions. Another former coworker that we all worked in the same agency, they want to put her information out there and stuff like that. Like, I guess she forgot that being a therapist means you have to be a decent human. And she's like, I'm entitled to my opinions and my thoughts. I just have a question.
No, it's a valid question. Because here's the thing.
No one's really been getting hurt. She said no one's really been getting hurt. I haven't heard anything about funeral arrangements for anybody. And we have our current president that's saying Secret Service, they need to up the ante on Secret Service. However, they keep getting denied extra service workers. Like, okay.
Again, she's asking valid questions because the shit don't make sense.
It's a valid question. It don't make sense. You've been planning to shoot up somebody all this time and you don't know how to shoot straight.
I mean,
you don't know how to make something.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but in white men in America's defense, although we are the most gun-totingest country in the world, the Olympics proved that we know how to own guns, but we do not know how to shoot guns. Because the American Olympian for gun shooting, child, if y'all thought Little Miss Australia was bad with that breakdancing, don't go watch Americans shoot.
Because we can't do that either, huh? We can't do
in that case, in this specific case, that's where I get to being like, nope, I'm Sulani. I don't know about African American, but I'm Sulani. Because that's quite embarrassing to be the most gun-totingest country and then you can't even hit the target. Aren't you embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed?
There's the shit. Lord, what else you see, girl?
It's interesting that you brought up the thing about Kamala because at the end of the day, although it is the Democratic Party right now, white people are looking at it as the Black Party because she is a Black woman. That being said, that automatically ties into racism because you guys know I'm always going to be able to equate something to racism and slavery, or racism and or slavery, if not together. I'm bringing this up because a student has recently, and I have to come up with my own words because the way every news outlet, the way their headline makes it seem like the victim.
Like, well, not only
like it was nothing, but like it was the victim who did this action. So bear with me real quick while I get these words together. So a student at Gettysburg College, which is located in Pennsylvania, has been, they say has left the school, but has been asked to leave the school, let's be honest, after a campus investigation found that the student who was asked to leave was responsible for, and I hate they use the word etching, I'm going to call it what it is. They were asked to leave because they were the one who was responsible for carving carving with a box cutter, nigger, hard R, into the chest of another student during a social gathering. I'm gonna give y'all a minute. I'm gonna pause. We're gonna pause right there for a second, so I can repeat myself, just in case you feel like you didn't hear what I said, just in case your coworker was talking to you and you was turning the volume up, just in case the copy machine was going and you didn't hear what I said. A student of Gettysburg College, located in southern Pennsylvania, has been asked to leave the school after a campus investigation found that this student was responsible for the carving of a racial slur, nigger, across the chest of another student at a social gathering. And y'all want me to believe racism doesn't exist anymore. When I tell you, I read this and I was so mad, I started crying. Like, I had to realize, oh, my face is wet. I was so mad.
How does this still 2024? How? At a social gathering, meaning people are socializing in the midst of you doing this act.
That means
no one said stop.
That means they held this. That means they held this young man down. That's the only way it happened.
That's the only way it makes sense, because why, you, young sir? How could you let somebody get on top of you during this social gathering? Was it a frat thing? Like, stuff is going to come out. More to this story has to come out, because how? And I get it, you were removed from this school. Every school up and down Pennsylvania, you should not be able to attend. Only school you can go to is ICDC College, and they've been closed. Yeah.
So
kiss your future goodbye. Tell me the child's name. Tell me the person's name. Put their face out there.
Which, of course, they haven't done. Although he's no longer, he's no longer enrolled at the school. And so the school is saying right now, what they're saying is, they haven't said whether or not the school has been expelled or chose to leave, but he is no longer a student at the school. And the names of all the students involved have not been made public, and they're citing student privacy laws, which I understand. Now, this isn't just me who just graduated me. This is me who worked at, and is still part-time, works at UNLV. I understand citing privacy laws of students. However, when you enroll in a school, and you get your little acceptance letter, whatever, and you log into, Blackboard, Canva, whatever, that little home, for UNLV, we got the My UNLV account. When you log into that, there's a box that you can click that says whether you do or do not want your name to be in the record of the school. Now, people are like, oh, the record of the school. To water it down for you, make it real simple and plain, you're checking that box, and the short version of what I'm telling you is that box says whether or not your name is in the program at graduation or not in the program at graduation. That box dictates whether or not whatever school has the master's program of the bachelor program that you just took can reach out to you, because your name is on a list and it is public. So the fact that this school is trying to cite student privacy laws, now I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, because Gettysburg might be a private school, not a state school. I don't know if they are or not. But the fact that the school is using that as a reason, when us as students have to check a box that says whether or not our name even goes in a fucking program at commencement, blows my fucking head back.
Child.
To then go on and say that the child who got his chest carved on is a part of the swim team and all of these, and it was upperclassmen who had to write the email and say, hey, this is what the fuck is going on, which leads me to believe, and obviously allegedly assumptions, whatever, it leads me to believe that the person who was harmed was a lower classman. The person who did the harming may have been in that in-between sophomore, junior space. and was trying to do some hazing, whatever, because they on the pool, same swim team, whatever. And then the people who were above, so your captain, whoever, found out about it and was like, racial slurs or not, you're not about to fuck up my scholarship. You're not about to fuck up my chance. I'm the captain. Like I just. Then you get into the fact that the population of the school is 62%, white. And 21% are non-international students of color. But that doesn't say how much of that percent is black. That 21% is everything brown, including biracial. If you're curious as to when this event happened, it happened on the 6th. So 3 weeks ago, which was a Friday night. They were partying.
How?
Yep. And they were teammates. It wasn't like one of them was on the swim team no, they were teammates. This is someone who you've traveled with. This is someone who you practice with. This is someone who you've been in the locker room with. I'm sure you've been to dorms together. Clearly, school just started, but there's been enough parties. You've partied with this person. You more than likely as a team, you've broken bread with this person.
Whew. That's heavy. That's heavy.
His family released a statement, and it said the reprehensible act was committed by a fellow student athlete, someone he considered his friend, someone whom he trusted. As I stated already, the incident was later reported by upperclassmen students for the same swim team and were applauded by the president of the school in an email to the campus community about the situation.
Could you imagine having to touch your chest where a scar is healing over, where somebody legit branded you and wrote nigger?
Here's the and I'm not always the one to go straight to the negative or straight to the dark place. But going back to being in my cosmetologist bag, how do we know this baby's skin doesn't keloid? How do we know this? He doesn't have the type of skin that is going to keloid,
and it's going to raise up. Oh God! They need to name the school after him and give him $85 million a year. Because what? Yeah.
I could, like I said, I got hot. Like I had to change my shirt because I started sweating. I can barely, y'all hear me now? I can barely get my words together because what?
Even when I saw it earlier today, I said, oh man. I didn't even want to read first. You know, when you see something and you're like, this can't be real. I'm not clicking this.
Here's what's crazy about it. I originally saw it on like a Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, and I went to verify my source. That's why this link is from NPR. I had to make sure I was reading what the fuck I was reading.
It said what it was saying. Yeah, because that don't make no goddamn sense.
And that's, at this point, we've already talked about how the owner of the Shade Room or whatever has gone to the White House. So we're not going to say it's not a reputable source. But I just had to make sure that other news outlets had picked up on this shit too.
Because what are we doing?
So I know at the early part of this episode, we talked about the election, and I said, well, do we need to bolt up our doors? This is why I said that, because I knew what we were talking about. Yeah. Again, not to go straight off to the negative, but seeing, like I said, same thing with Donald Trump. We've seen what they're willing to do. We've seen for years.
Yeah, we saw
not just January 6th. We saw the 500 years of slavery. I just had to tell a white person the other day why we call them crackers. And the look on his face when I said, oh, it has nothing to do with your skin. It has everything to do with your ancestors holding the whip. He was like, what? I said, the sound a whip makes when you throw it, it cracks.
Cracker. Sorry,
girl. He looked at me. I mean, he was blissfully ignorant, but not intentionally ignorant, if that makes sense. And when I told him the reason why, he looked at me like I called his mama, his sister, and his wife a bitch.
Because they are.
Like he like beat red. His whole face. I could see the embarrassment and the shame. One, in him not knowing, but two, understand. Like, yeah. And y'all want me to believe? Y'all want me to believe racism is gone? Y'all want me to believe that this is stuff that's not taught? This isn't something that's example. Like it's an example. Nope. Somebody showed them this. Someone taught them this. Someone told them that this would be okay as a show of dominance. Jesus. And here's the thing. Not that I would say that bullying is okay. I'm not saying hazing is okay. But if you want to be the bully, just be a fucking normal bully. Be a normal fucking bully. Take their shoes, steal their lunch money, embarrass them in front of girls, steal their homework. Be a normal fucking bully.
You carve something into this person's chest.
Put Post-its all over their fucking car. I don't fucking know. Be a normal fucking bully if you're gonna be a bully. This is assault. This is a crime.
Prison. This is a hate crime. Why isn't the person in
jail?
But
not only that, why Gettysburg, why are we not calling it what it is?
I'm calling them tomorrow.
Jamie Yates, Jaime Yates. I don't know if you're the chief communication office for the college. Why are you not calling this what it is? This shit like this is happening. I got a coworker who just told me one of his white colleagues, they have a whole like group chat thing or whatever. You know, we have our little pings and IMs and shit at work. One of his coworkers, whenever he sends a message and it's a message that you would like thumbs up or just okay or whatever, you hit the little icon and thumbs up. Instead of sending him a thumbs up, the person responds with watermelons. And only responds with watermelons to the people who look like me and you.
I can't.
And their their supervisor is saying, "Oh, that's not racist."
What?
And I am convinced at this point. I am convinced that you can people who are not active allies and people who are not active in the education, the true education of the true history of this country, right? People who are not active participants in that, I am convinced that the people who created the rules to make life hard for Black people are as ignorant and as stupid as they thought we were. I'm convinced. That's the only, when you, if you go back and you look at the reading tests and all the shit that you had to take in order to vote, most white women couldn't pass the test. Shit, there were some white men who couldn't pass that test, but y'all expected us to do it. And then we rose to the occasion and we did it. And then something else had to come in the way to make it. I am convinced that the people who have made the rules, the people who have made it harder, systemic racism, all the things, the ones who teach their kids to do shit like this when they go to college, they are as stupid and maybe even more stupid than they think we are. Because there's no way shit like this can happen and y'all expect me to think racism is gone. Y'all expect me to think that racism isn't taught. That people just pop out the womb and they hate niggers. No. And you wonder why every episode, we've been saying this since fucking January. Since January, every episode we've been telling you, vote. Oh, my vote doesn't matter. Yes, it does.
Yes, it
matters even more at the local level. Not to say that the president doesn't matter, but the president needs to have people in a motherfucking corner. And in the words of Kelly Rowland, we need to flip that house blue, bitch, across the board. Every state. You a swing state? If you a swing state and you worried about this, swing it blue, bitch.
Blue.
And if you can't swing it to complete blue, make that shit as fuchsia as you fucking can. Because
yeah, purple, bitch.
I just I had to close my computer after this one. I had to walk away after this one.
That hurts.
Because let's keep it a buck. If this is a lower classman, this baby is only 18, 19. And I'm saying this because we know they're on a sports team. So they went straight from high school to college. So at the oldest, they're 19.
Yes, because they practice and stuff like that.
This is still a baby. And then even think about it on both sides. As an 18-year-old, you got to call your mom. You got to call your parents. And then as the parent, you know, y'all, we like to joke around and be like, I don't got kids. But as a TT, let my sister call me, Julian talk about Leslie call me, talk about this, what happened while Julian was at, bitch, fuck riding at dawn. Fuck riding at dawn. There. We're getting in the car now.
And it's like, who car are we taking?
Who got the most gas? Because we're on the way. What? Like,
don't play. I've acted crazy for way less. Like, they forgot the extra ketchup.
Between this and then the thing with the thing that happened, and I say the thing because I can't even, y'all hear it in my voice, I can't even wrap my words around this. But what happened with Marcellus Smith this week?
That's a lot.
In a couple of episodes, I said,
"This is why voting matters."
A couple of episodes, I said, I was like, "I'm a tired Black woman. This is why." Some mom had to pick up the phone and listen to their baby tell them that somebody carved nigger into their chest. There's a family that won't get. There's a family that won't get justice of finding out who killed their daughter because the powers that be were more focused on murdering this Black man and using their power in the wrong way to murder this Black.
And the simple fact that the evidence did not.
There was no evidence. The victim's family begged y'all to let this man out. Phone calls, nothing. Like, meanwhile, we got this university who won't even release the name of the damn student, and they're all 18, so they're not minors. Why are we protecting? Why are we shielding them? On whether it's a college student or the Supreme Court, why are we protecting them? And the way you stop,
ain't nobody sick on the Supreme Court.
And the way you stop that, especially at the state level, Supreme Court justices are elected. They're elected. Yes. They're not chosen. It's not like the governor of their state chooses your Supreme. No, you choose your Supreme Court.
I thought they were appointed. Because I thought Donald Trump chose
for the top Supreme Court. I'm talking about the state level. At the state level, no, we choose our Supreme Court. So when y'all say my vote don't matter, this is why we be looking at y'all like you're fucking stupid, because it does. These are the votes that matter.
Y'all ain't reading the fine print.
At this point, everybody needs to go back to fucking 5th grade social studies and government. Like at this, you know how I remember when we was kids at late night they would have the like, well, that's what I'm about to say. But late at night they would have the the tele commercials or whatever selling that shit. We don't need no QVC. Mm-hmm. We don't need nothing after whatever time, 12 o'clock, and then the show cut off. They just need to have Schoolhouse Rock on a fucking loop.
They should. I miss
because, and not only do they need to have it on a fucking loop. Let me look up on social media, because if this is a missed opportunity, it has to be a missed opportunity. It has to be a missed opportunity that Schoolhouse Rock is not on TikTok and not on Instagram. It has to be. This is a. Let me find out. I need to go apply for some job because there's no fucking way. Bitch, they don't even. They have individual like chapter Schoolhouse Rock accounts. They don't have actual Schoolhouse Rock.
Really?
Let me look at TikTok. Hold on, let me turn my volume down. So,
because TikTok has everything. Cause I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Oh shit! I watched Legally Blonde 2 the other day, and I was laughing. You and your Elwood stories. Put it in the Snapchat.
There is not a Schoolhouse Rock social media account. No.
Really? Oh. Huh. Man. So the kids are going to be stupid.
The fucking adult, the people who need to be smart, the people who have the opportunity to vote are stupid. Fuck the kids. They can't even read in cursive. I need the adults to know what the hell is going on.
It's they can't read in cursive. Jesus.
Yeah. These 2 stories this week broke my heart. They broke my heart. There's not even a Schoolhouse Rock website. But I can buy the DVDs. Who owns this? I need to make a phone call. Oh, there's a Schoolhouse Rock YouTube account. I am really floored. Who owns this? That's crazy. But yeah, so somebody baby is, hopefully working through their trauma. And we as a group, as an entity, as a culture, have just added more compound trauma to the struggle of being Black in America.
Because it's hard out here for when they try to get his money for it.
Anyway, child, what else you see this week?
That's a lot. In lighter news.
Please.
In way lighter news. Sometimes you have to humble people. Blac Chyna, you do not need a movie. Yes, I see the likeness of you and Latto, and I get you wanting Latto to play you, but Angela White, you don't need a movie, sis.
So here's the thing, I 1000% agree with you on that. She does not need a movie. However, when I tell you I had a good, so on a lighter note, a good hearty chuckle at this, because maybe it's me, the Princess of Pet and the Queen of Tea, who saw this as a slight to Nicki Minaj. Because let's not forget, Blac Chyna got her start by being Nicki's body double in that Young Money video. And then she was her body double again in the Monster video. And when Blac Chyna first came out, she had her look, her everything was exact. The only, from a distance, the only difference between Blac Chyna and Nicki was that Blac Chyna had her dimples. Her dimples were pierced in her face.
Yeah.
She had the same heavy bang, long in the front, short in the back. And the reason I say I had a good chuckle is because Nicki got some imaginary beef with Latto.
I'm not worried about it. Ain't nobody worried about nobody. So, what's that new song Latto got where you be hitting the high note?
Shout out to Christina Aguilera and 25 years of Genie in a Bottle. Sorry.
I saw Christina Aguilera sing with Sabrina Carpenter earlier today, and I said, "This is what I fucking need."
I watched the whole thing.
I miss Christina, and it's crazy how things have happened. we have Christina Aguilera, who everybody thought would end up like Britney Spears, and Britney Spears, who everybody thought would end up like Christina Aguilera. Look at that. The dirty girl is now clean, and the clean girl is dirty.
Trauma.
Never judge a book by its cover. Don't you know what? It's
funny now that you say that. Wow, damn. So another set of people who we thought was one was going to go one way, the other was going to go the other, and it's opposite. And it's opposite, and they both, well, one of them had a little patch but got her shit together. Amanda Bynes and Lindsay Lohan. Yes. Because Lindsay looks good, bitch. She was just on the cover of something, and I was like, whew, stunning.
Yeah, and Amanda Bynes is still trying to pass her cosmetology license.
The eyebrows are scary. I'm not gonna lie.
The change of her voice, but again, this is what happens when you have people that are not dealing with their trauma. One, things that happen to them as children, and also where you ignore the sexual abuse that is going on in front of the eyes of people that are supposed to protect you. This is the fallout. We've seen it, Amanda Bynes. We've seen it with Drake, Justin Bieber. The list can go on.
Speaking of Justin Bieber, that clip is resurfacing where he was talking about how he wanted to protect Billie Eilish.
Oh, I saw that. Yes. Like, huh?
Girl, I really. We talked about it briefly when we had Issachar on the episode, and I'm y'all favorite star friend, so I give y'all little bits and pieces here. But I said this already. I said it, and Issachar said it, about it being the age of Aquarius and how empires have crumbled during the age of Aquarius. And although we are in a modern, very much more modern, it's not the Roman Empire, right? Like Caesar ain't here, right? We're in a much more modernized time of life, an era of life. People who have built a mass of money or a mass network or whatever, their empires, like, and I don't mean it from a sense of like God, like a God complex or God. Well, some of these people do have God complex, but like a status of God. But like, I mean, like, money is power. There's no arguing that, right? So when you look at a Diddy, this person has built an empire, and we are in the age of Aquarius. And baby, when I say these empires are crumbling, toppling, quick, it's happening very fast. I really feel like this Diddy, like people thought the whole Harvey Weinstein thing was going to be the thing that was going to make shit crumble. When this Diddy thing, I really feel like this is the thing. And the only reason I said that is because the reality is Black people are American culture. We move the culture.
For sure.
So
we do.
Oops, sorry.
I would say now is a time for y'all to go back and listen to the episode with Issachar, Beyond the Stars, because we talk about P. Diddy and P. Diddy having the same birth date and time as Ike Turner.
Oh, bitch, I totally forgot about
his houses. As soon as you said Issachar, I said, bitch, we talked about Diddy already.
Bitch.
So I'm gonna listen to the episode again. I'm pull that clip because baby,
bitch,
we be knowing, and I don't even know what was going on where we even thought about
it was because Cassie
Turner.
had just the whole Cassie thing had just happened. It was the whole Cassie thing. Yeah, the whole Cassie had just come out. That whole thing had just happened.
So I was like, I don't even know why he was a topic. I was trying to figure out. How come I wasn't on my second husband?
Yeah, it's because it was the whole Cassie thing had just happened, where she came out and said something.
Yeah, because the statute of limitations, was about to expire.
Yes. Yep.
So go back and listen. Ooh. Back in season 1.5.
Damn.
We bought it up. But child, what else you see? We seeing a lot.
I don't know if this is going to be lighter news or just the fact that America is supposed to be the most advanced country and we're still light years behind. Either way, it has inconvenienced me, or it inconvenienced me, and more so just got on my nerves. Because now, the United States in the year 2024 has launched a pilot meaning it's still in the beta phases, a pilot program for online passport renewal. And I'm just trying to figure out how, in the year of Beyonce, how we are just now getting to online passport renewal, and there are other countries who have
they've been had it.
And what's crazier about it is I can renew my driver's license online. What's any different? The documentation, the things that I need to bring to the DMV to get a driver's license is damn near the same things. They are the same things that I need to bring to. So why can't I renew it online? Why are y'all just now doing this in 2024? They've been testing this renewal system since 2022, and it has expanded how many online applications that they can handle each day. They did the mid-June relaunch, and I think I talked about this back then too, that like they were doing a little preview or whatever. They did it back in June, and then once the agency reaches capacity for the day, then it closes out, and then the portal closes down, and then it won't open up until the next day. However, senior State Department officials have said that the program has been running smoothly, and they can administer larger work volumes without interruption. And again, why are we just now getting to this? In order for you to renew your passport online, you do, of course, have to be a U.S. citizen, and the person has to be over the age of, or 25 and older, and have already had a passport within the 10 years, because your passport renews every 10 years. So you have had to have had one in that time, along with other basic requirements. But I'm just trying to figure out why are we just now getting to this? The State Department, United States.
Right. As I'm looking for my passport,
I'm like, what did you? Where are we just?
Look, I'm finding different money. What is this? Oh, this is passports. What is this? Oh, this from Indonesia. I went right in my travel little thing. You never know.
I just pulled my passport out of the safe. I'm to the point now. Listen, take from this what y'all will. Maybe that one time I watched The Purge, it planted a little seed in my head, and now my subconscious is paranoid. But baby, the closer,
stay ready.
The closer we get to November 4th, I'm just gonna have the bag. I'm just gonna have the bag on the car, on the door, my cross.
I was actually looking at flights. I was like, I could fly to LA by the 6th. Then I can get on another international flight because it'll be an easier hub.
Yeah. I was, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was looking at flights to Seattle. Not only just flights to Seattle, I was looking at the drive. I was looking at flight. Okay. So cross right over. But the reason I was looking at flights is because I have a friend who lives in Washington. Now,
yeah. Singing the whole way. Make my way downtown, walking fast, and I'm homebound.
Yeah, I just just little things. Y'all know me, I'm a reader, so I've read enough dystopian books. I'm not. Not only can I do this, but there's just certain things tomorrow morning. I'm setting an alarm. I don't need to get up super early, but I'm setting an alarm so that I can go have a full tank of gas. I work from home. I don't need a full tank of gas, but I need to get in the habit of keeping my tank full, because you never know. And not only you never know, but you don't know when, and you don't know for how long. I just had the spark plugs changed on my car. The other day I went and put air in my tires. He was like, yeah, he's like, you don't need it right now, but I would recommend 2 new tires on the right side. Bet. Thanks for telling me. Cause Storm gonna get 2 new. We got motherfuckers carving nigger into us. We got state officials. Literally, a modern day lynching just happened.
Yeah.
And we got somebody who has concepts of a plan, and y'all think he the one.
Talking about he must, ladies, let me protect you.
Bitch,
no, that felt
bitch. Have
dirty.
You seen that new commercial of JD Vance talking about, are you a racist? That's how it starts. No. Are you a racist? The short of the commercial is that apparently President Joe Biden, has an open borders policy. Joe Biden does not have an open borders policy. That's not similar to how you can't kill babies after they're born. We don't have an open borders policy. But not only that, the reason, like, we need to build the wall is coming back up again. We need to build this wall because immigrants from Mexico are a danger to the Ohioan population. Now, I know some of y'all failed geography.
And close. We talking about Springfield, Ohio, where they saying they eating the cats.
And I know some of y'all can't picture stuff in your head. Like if I say apple, you don't see apple in your head. So I'm going to give y'all a moment to pull out your phone and to Google a map of the United States of America. I'm going to give y'all a second to do that. For those of us who have already, turned to the page, you have it in your mind's eye. Ohio is a substantial amount of miles away from the border. And I mean that on all Jesus. California, Arizona, Texas.
Go home. Go make your mean curry.
And these are the people
I don't like him.
Y'all are trusting. So, like I said, Storm's getting new tires soon. She just got new spark plugs. Needs to get an oil change.
I need to see what Black need.
In a minute. Tomorrow when I come back in the house, I used to call it my hoe bag. Not because I was a hoe, but because hoes usually have bags. Anyway, I'm about to replenish the hoe bag, so it's about to get a whole little toiletry situation, toothbrush, toothpaste, all of that's about to go in the car, change of clothes, some choni. Like, because, and I said this to my mom the other day, I don't think people, all browns, all the shades of browns, I don't think people have really considered what will happen if we truly have to become refugees. Truly have to become refugees. Because somebody pointed out the other day that this whole, like the thing that they're trying to change when it comes to women's medical history and seeing if they've crossed state borders to go get an abortion, it's very reminiscent of I think it's 1850 act of reporting and bringing slaves back to their master if they ran away.
Damn.
So that being said, today's Girl What's Up With That has to do with travel, because y'all motherfuckers need to get ready. We love a good leisure travel. We love to go have some fun. We love to be on the beach, with our toes in the sand and a little Mai Tai. But I brought up the thing about passports and renewing your passport. And I brought up the thing about just travel and driving in general, because we gotta be ready. And because we know our audience is majority Black women, we wanted to talk about, you know, personal tips when it comes to planning trips and preparing for trips and what we do and things that we can suggest, but also, you know, how to navigate spaces that, you know, aren't necessarily safe for Black women, and what you know, should do. And then 10, you know, frequently, excuse me, 10 frequently asked questions by Black women travelers, for Black women travelers, and we'll go over some of those things today. But this is just something that I wanted to like have at the forefront of your mind, because what did you say? How many days, V? 40?
41. 40. Well, by the time y'all get this episode, it'll be like 38.
That's scary. That's like 30. That's a month.
You got a month, y'all. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So for you, Lee, when you know, are preparing for a trip and you start doing your Googles and you start doing your, this is where I want to go, what do you look at? What do you look for?
The main thing, because I am a Black girl that enjoys traveling, I also enjoy solo trips too, but when traveling with a group of individuals, I am looking at safety. That is numero uno on the list. I am looking at safety in regards to where I'm staying, what's around, looking at reviews, if I'm renting a home, things of that nature. Safety is a big thing, especially when it comes to itinerary and planning things and wanting to go see what's on the island or in the neighborhood or kick it with the locals and things of that nature. I'm always have to keep my head on a swivel because safety is important. I need to make sure I come with the same amount of people that I leave with the same amount of people that I came with.
The buddy system.
Yeah. Point blank here. Yeah, I got to make sure. Like, there's been some questionable times where I didn't give a damn about safety, and I'm like, why y'all looking for me? I'm okay. But again, knowing how I get with some brown liquor, you might need to check on me, because I'm kicking it under the bridge with the regular folks that live around here, and I'm like, so what y'all do?
Because you've never met a stranger.
Oh, for real? And I'm so serious on that. I don't meet strangers. Shout out to the teachers that said I talk too much and kept moving me, because I do. I will. That's the main thing that I'm looking for is safety, because I know I have a responsibility. If I have friends that say they're coming on this trip, I have a responsibility to make sure that they make it home safely to their loved ones. Thank you for spending your time. So safety is a big thing. I trust my instincts. I have really good discernment. I trust my discernment. If I feel it ain't safe and I'm uncomfortable, I'm out. Yeah. Safety is big.
I can relate to that. Something that a lot of people find, like, some people tell me I'm being bougie about this, but I've heard enough horror stories, especially in like countries, specifically countries, but even sometimes cities that I've never been to before. I won't do an Airbnb. I won't do an Airbnb. Okay. And the reason, and not because, like, do I understand the benefits of an Airbnb? I do. I think there are certain things about an Airbnb that are amazing and great and make things just a little bit more comfortable. There's no argument with that. However, I have also witnessed and read horror stories of Black girls traveling and their host kicks them out and their stuff is locked up. I've heard horror stories where they've come back and all their stuff is rifled through. I've heard horror stories of just, you know, crazy things. But even more specifically, going back to what we've talked about in a couple of topics this week, it all boils down to prejudice and racism. And that's just not something, because at the end of the day, you're going into someone's home, right? It's their home. Yes. So if they choose to decide, I don't want these niggers here anymore, that's within their right. Now, you go to the Hilton, the front desk person may not like me and my brown skin, but guess what? The Hilton don't care. My money is green. right? So there are just certain things that have made me a little apprehensive. Do I know that sometimes Airbnbs, and even when you're traveling internationally, like hostels and stuff, do I know that they are cheaper? I do. But do I also know that prejudice and racism exists? I do. So that's something for me in alignment with safety that I'm always like, And I get it. Like sometimes when you travel, you want to have your own room and your own bed, and I get that. But in certain situations, if I have to choose between having my own room because we got this Airbnb, or being just a little bit more safer, and we got to do 2 to a room, then it's gonna be 2 to a room, like. Because going back to your point, you traveled with me. I have a responsibility to make sure that you get home safely. Yeah. So,
and I'm so used to like big girl trips, and you have to be accommodating for everyone and make sure everyone is comfortable, because again, it's different personalities, it's different people, it's different energy. So you have to be okay with someone saying, no, I don't want to stay in a big house with y'all. I'll meet y'all at this location. And that's cool.
But even in that,
but again, like, give people the option.
And even in that, if you do have that person who is in your group and they're like, this doesn't feel comfortable for me, something else that, and actually, my mom and I went to Mexico. Was that last year? Was that last year? I think it was last year. And before, like, whenever we left the hotel, before we would leave, I would make sure that I had the map of wherever we were going and the directions where we were going. I would make sure that I had the map not only downloaded to my phone, but I would screenshot. Because, like when you look at your directions on your phone, you can go through the map and it'll show you each turn by turn. I would screenshot every single turn to make sure that we were going the right way. A lot of people talk about having physical and digital copies of your passport and your documents and stuff. That's something that it's in a folder in my email, but I have taken a picture of my passport, of my driver's license, and important things, and I've emailed them to myself. Because the reality is, if something happens, I lose my phone, whatever, and I don't, you know what I do know? I know the password to my email. And if I make it to somebody's embassy, or I make it to somebody's something, I can log into my email and pull up that information. So safety is a big one. It's a big one. And I think it's something that a lot of times people take for granted, and don't even consider.
Yes.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. And it's also good to communicate, like, because a lot of people aren't using the travel agent route. They don't believe in having a third party. They want to do it all themselves. Cool. But it's also great to consult and have conversations with people that do this for a living, because they'll be very helpful, especially if they look like you and they understand what vibe you're trying to get. Then cool, why not consult, ask questions?
Because the reality is, you're traveling to a foreign place, so if there is someone else who is more knowledgeable and experienced than you in that space, why not lean on them?
Why not?
Yeah.
Like, I just like to travel. Like, there was a trip that I went on with 8 strangers, and I had a blast. What did I know about this travel group? No, but one coworker was like, "You want to go?" I was like, "Sure." Cool. What is it? Paid for. I'm there. Yay, me. I was ready. So again, you always have to be prepared, because you don't want to miss out on something, especially if it's something on your list.
Question: given that you've traveled to far, you just mentioned going to Bali, you've traveled to destinations far from home. Have you, and if so, how did you handle like racial discrimination or biases and things like that when traveling?
I can say that I am blessed, and I have not. I can say I'm very grateful with the individuals when I would go to these far destinations, the individuals that I were with. the planning that it took place, the host of the bungalow or whatever, and I haven't experienced that. I felt, for me, especially going to Bali, I felt it was a privilege that I felt included, especially at the temple, because this was a time where before everybody was going to Bali, we went before that. Like, that was the trip where it was like, surprise, bitch. Yeah. I'm taking you out of Bali. So, okay. So it was so cool that, okay, it wasn't like a lot of expats. It wasn't a lot of other people that looked like me or my friends, but it was the simple fact that still felt like included in understanding the culture, learning about the culture, had a great tour guide that was set up through the hotel. So again, maybe we wasn't going in the jungle, we wasn't navigating by ourselves. I think we went to the street market and that was fine.
Yeah.
Like, we walked to the street market at night and that was cool. And it was like, hey, come here, pretty lady. Okay. Like, so yeah, it wasn't like creepy like that. It was like when they want you to buy souvenirs.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted.
Oh, I saw that.
How?
Eric Adams, the black guy with the big teeth? Wait, what was he indicted for?
On criminal charges that are still sealed, according to two people familiar with the matter. The charges against Adams were still sealed late today, Wednesday, according to the people who spoke with the Associated Press. A condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the matter publicly.
Oh, because somebody posted, who posted him in the group chat? Oh, somebody posted him, said Eric Adams really is Rashad Tate from Power. And I was like, haha, I can't wait to read that.
Don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't know where that is. But yeah, sorry to disrupt.
That is funny. But yeah, I've been blessed. Yeah. And then also I like going to melanated places. Now, will it be different when I travel to like Ireland and Iceland and London? Of course, I'm sure it will be different. That experience will be totally different. But I also don't see myself traveling to those places. Like, okay, I'm going to follow the Northern Lights. For what? Y'all don't look like y'all season y'all food.
Well,
but that's just me.
That's, Beyonce said, keep hot sauce in your bag.
I like going places where I know people look like me. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend and she was telling me about Limon in Costa Rica, where most people go to San Jose because it's more touristy, but you travel maybe 2 hours out of San Jose, which is, again, you spend some time in San Jose. But when you make it to Limon, them some niggas. And I said, okay. So was having a conversation about up and coming hotel that is being built out there. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to go to Limon. Talking about
speaking of, I totally never mind. I can't say this on air, but I have something that I always forget about, and then my mom would be like, hello, and then I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
Yes, I was like, oh, I want to see what that's like. And see what the niggas like.
I can see that.
Not them ones where it's like, what is that trend that's trending right now? Are you single? Mm-mm. Did you see that? And then it fades into a picture of your significant other or whatever. TikTok is going down. But it's good to, it's good to be informed. And it's also good to be open to having conversations with people because you don't know everything, especially when you're traveling out of the country. Hell, traveling.
I was about to say, listen, I say it jokingly, but Henderson is a sundown town. I don't care what nobody say.
Like, my mom wanted to go to some place outside of like some hometown show from HGTV, and it's a small town. and it's in Mississippi. And we would fly into Jackson, then we would drive. And I remember having the conversation with the person of the bed and breakfast from this show that my mom loves. And the woman was saying on the phone, she said, listen, honey, the meatloaf ain't all that good. And I was like, oh, that's sad. She said, I've lived in this town for a certain amount of time. Like, I get it. You want to see the architecture, all the stuff that they done, the upticking and things of that nature. And she was like, but I don't know if you, your mom, and your aunts are going to have a good time. Because with one of my aunts, I had to inquire about ADA accommodations because she's blind. And she was just asking, oh, okay. And as soon as I say some of these old nigga names, she was like, look, the meatloaf ain't all that good. And I thanked her because at least you were honest.
Yeah.
And then my mom also shared her concerns about wanting to go. Well, why would you ask?
Because she was just.
And then you concerned. She just talking. Well, can we do this? I guess, girl. Yeah, we'll go see Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Sounds a lot.
Ooh, we up late.
Sounds a lot crazy. Safer.
Just. It was. Those white people. They really were. They had on the jackets, pointing it out, because, their fans are like rabid dogs. The fact that they all was still singing and dancing. And that perm or that weave on Vernell looked really nice. I don't know. Have you ever done travel insurance when you travel?
I have. Not all the time. It depends on the trip.
Like,
I know. It depends on the trip. When I went to Jamaica, I did. When I went to the Bahamas, because I was on a cruise, I didn't. And that's because...
Okay, because you're property of the cruise.
And although for Jamaica, what am I trying to say? It was a Sandals property. I didn't know how they worked resorts wise. And in the I know on a boat, there's a medical bay on a cruise ship. We don't see it. It's not it's not like you walk into dinner and you pass by the hospital. No, but it's there, right? I don't know how that works on Sandals. So if something happened and I needed to be taken to a hospital, that's where my mind goes for travel insurance. A lot of times people think travel insurance and they're like, oh, I get my money back on a flight. Yeah, that's cool. Great. I look at travel insurance of if shit goes left.
Yeah.
And sensitive topic to bring up. However, that girl who went on a trip with her quote unquote friends, and was killed, travel insurance would have covered for her family to get the body back.
That's crazy. Oh Lord.
See, when I'm not gonna 20 me in my 20s, she risked it all the time. Again, one of the
no, I'm saying like 36, risk it all. Okay. I can't make it.
Yeah, I started looking at, I had to start weighing the pros based on like what country I was in and things like that, or going to. Yeah. And I'm like, this extra $100 or whatever it is, it might be, it can go someplace else, but on the flip side of that, it might also be worth it. Like if I was to go, this is going to sound, what I'm about to say is going to be an oxymoron. But let's say if I was to go to like in Indonesia, right? I would get the travel insurance. However, if something happened to me, I would prefer their natural and homeopathic treatment before them doing traditional Western medicine. So I know that's completely opposite of getting the travel insurance, but we put too much bullshit in our food, in our medicine and all that shit. So if they could treat me.
Think about the last time you went to Mexico and you stopped by that pharmacy and you said, what's this? Yeah, I'm going to take this. You know how many pills I need in my blood? Girl. They can't arrest me now, like it's after the fact.
If they didn't get you accustomed, you good, girl.
I remember my sister Pink Red said something about like, oh yeah, I done ran out that gabapentin your mama said, because you know black folks be sharing pills. They don't care. They be sharing scriptions. And I said, let's just go pick some up in Mexico. How we gonna get it back on the boat? What they gonna do? Pat down my titties?
Well, they don't check you on the boat.
You just need to know.
They don't check.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, we had to go through the detector. She was acting weird, like a little weirdo. Like, girl, put it on. Put it in my bra. You just gotta know the difference between the pills. One of them got stuck, but
I don't know.
Oh well.
But yes, I do.
It was really
I do get travel insurance, but it's trip based, trip specific. Also, the length of the trip. How long is the trip? Plays a role into it.
Because over a certain amount of days, I feel like I might as well live here.
And in that case, give me some insurance. Because I'm more likely, I'm more likely to.
I live here. I'm going to work tomorrow with everybody else. I mean,
that's crazy. I didn't travel like during the height of COVID and when like flights were super cheap and all that.
Like $30.
I didn't travel during that. However, had I traveled during that, especially when like if you left the States or wherever you were, you left and you didn't have COVID, and then before you get on the plane, you had to take a COVID test, and if you had COVID, they would quarantine you. Yeah, they would quarantine you somewhere in the hotel or whatever, and you stayed, and all your accommodations and things were taken care of. Had I traveled during that time, I definitely would have got travel insurance. I would have had travel insurance.
Yeah, the trip I went on with strangers, I remember we had to go to a secluded area to get our tests to catch our flight. I'm like, hope I don't have it. But then also when the trip for my friend's birthday in Toronto, I wasn't feeling well and I tested before. I was like, bitch, you got COVID. She said, well, as long as you pass before you leave. Bitch, fuck that. I don't want poutine that bad. And then I went on my solo trip to Canada and I had a great time.
Yeah.
So, travel insurance is necessary, but I don't want to be nowhere away from my bed for too long.
Facts.
And then also another thing that I liked about the tips, they talked about public transportation while being abroad. I will always say, if you can, get a driver. Yeah. And attach to that driver. And if you need them for anything, they're going to hook you up. You need to go to the store, I'm coming to get you. You need this, I'm going to come to get you. Stick to the same driver if you possibly can. Because when I tell you public transportation in certain places, I don't even know where we were at. I would have to ask KK. But it was like we was flying through when Harry Potter got on that one bus and it floated off into the sky? That's what it was like on this one vehicle. I don't even know, were we in Barbados, where we were? I can't even recall. But bitch, when I say we was flying.
Yeah.
It was like all three of us, like just holding on. Like Cece was in the middle because she's the smallest one. And then me and KK was like surrounding her and we all holding on. And it was like we was just flying up in the air. That was fun. Where was we at?
Not it was fun.
But I will say always get a driver because the drivers come in handy. Because that time when KK left her money and that shit on the side of the road during crop over season in Barbados, it was late. She was drinking. We told her not to take that shit. It was the driver that picked up her wallet and brought it right back to her. All the money was inside. No one was paying attention to this little pouch of money that had her ID and something else in it. Because I was going to leave that hoe in. Stay if you want to. Stay if you want to, sis. But yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
I can, having a driver is it's key. It's very helpful. But even in that, key. So, you know me, I'm the social media friend. I'm the techie girl. That's where like apps and stuff come into play. So like having WhatsApp is important. Now most of our phones allow you to have a digital SIM card. Before you had to like get a physical one and put it in your phone, but now you can have a digital SIM card So then you can use your phone if you don't want to pay for like roaming or whatever, or that's not included in your plan. Some plans have it included in their plan, but it's only specific to certain countries. So when you go super, super international, then you know, do need to get the digital SIM card. But those are things that are important so that you can have access to your phone and be able to, you know, look at these maps and make sure you're going the right way and get in contact with your driver and all of those things. Those things are important. Yeah, this is a question that I have gotten a lot, and I feel like I should just share. And I've gotten it a lot. Basically, I've gotten it a lot. I get it more often the bigger my hair gets. What I pack when I travel, specifically when I travel. Yeah, specifically when I travel with my hair out. I don't travel with my hair out often, but in the times that I have, people usually ask like, "What do I pack for my hair?" And again, going back to the sciencey stuff from earlier in this episode, one of the things that I'm big on is before I leave, because us living in Vegas, it's a much drier climate. So the products that I use here are different than the products that I would use if I go visit T, or products that I would use if I go back home to Atlanta. Like, it's different because of humidity. And the short version is I use humectant-free products before I leave, because then I don't have to worry about my hair reverting. And that makes it easier to manage my curls. And then I just, I keep like leave-in conditioner and like I take a little bit of, the little travel things, and you put a little extra whatever, I put that in there and do that. But I always keep like a leave-in conditioner with me. I always take a travel, like, I have a travel set of like my brushes and my combs. And I do this because there has been a time where my flight ended up getting super, super delayed on my way back to Vegas. And I had to go to work. This is when I still worked at nightclubs. Excuse me. Still worked at nightclubs. And I would have gotten back in enough time to do a full like twist, like not wash my hair, but just do a full twist. Well, my flight got delayed and I didn't have enough time. So I will never forget this. I ended up spending $8 on a travel size bottle of conditioner in the fucking airport. And I remember sitting in the airport on the floor with my phone up, because I didn't have a mirror, my phone up, twisting my hair in the airport. And that was before I started traveling with hair supplies. And I remember from this day forward, I will always have some form. If my hair is out, I will always have some form of hair supplies with me.
I swear, it's hair supplies and skincare. Like, can't leave home without it, because you never know, especially if you're going abroad, you never know what they gonna have. Yeah. They be bleaching their skin in some countries. Girl, you pick up that thing thinking it's gonna make your skin smooth, and now you got reason a light. Talking about, how did I get so light? And I be shout out to all my Caribbeans with the dark hands and the light faces, because I be like, how your hands still black? Yeah. You can't bleach your hands? Don't you put your hands in a jar every day? Whatever. That's that'd be so ass backwards. But yeah, that's a good one.
Making sure I have the right products. And that's even like, say for instance, when I travel with my hair straight, I still have backup curly hair products with me, because you just never fucking know. Mm-hmm. And once obviously it's easier to maintain my hair when it's straight. I keep my flat iron, whatever. I have my little mini flat iron, my travel flat iron, I keep that with me. But the reality is, if something happens and now my hair has to be curly, it's easier for me to maintain, like to maintain, now my hair is wet, let me twist it up and I have the products, versus I have to find a blow dry my hair, flatten, like, no, once it gets wet, maintaining it to curly is so much easier. So I always keep curly girl products on me when I'm traveling. If my hair is out. If it's braided, then it don't matter.
I love that.
But I always have curly girl products with me when my hair is out. Yeah. You never know.
You never know. Shoot, you might have to go to a ball. But you never know. But also, when you're traveling, I know you're traveling because you need a break. You want to it's the whole escapism. You're in a different location, different area, but you still need to, one, be on your P's and Q's and still be mindful of what you put into your body. I'm talking about alcohol. I'm talking about mota that you get from the randos. You need to be mindful of the stuff that you still get and how you behave, because let something happen. You do not know the laws in that state, in that country, things of that nature. You don't want to, it's okay to be lit, but don't get too litty where you forget where am I? You don't want to get too litty where your eyes get heavy and you can't see.
Right. And so not only to keep that in mind in regards to like getting lit, but just in general. Not to say that you need to learn the country's whole constitution, but learn some of their laws. learn some of their laws and even some of their social norms, because you never know. We keep saying you never know, but you never know. Things that are customary, things that, you know, their social norms, their what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but there's just certain things that are acceptable in some countries that are not acceptable in other countries. There are some things that are acceptable for women in some countries that are not acceptable for women in other countries. So those things are imperative when you are visiting other countries, because you also want to always be respectful of their culture. So this is when, you know, me, the social media person, like that's when using social media comes into an advantage, because you have the opportunity to watch and view other people in those countries and hear them say like, oh yes, this is a popular restaurant, but when you go, you can't wear this, and this. The dress code is this, that, and the third. Like those things are important. And you would hate to like plan this trip, you saved up your money, you plan this trip, you get on the plane, you get there, and then you've been waiting to go to this restaurant or waiting to go to this whatever, and they're kicking you out because you didn't wear the wrong thing, or they're kicking you out because it's a quiet venue and you can't, whatever. Like, so always look at, you know, what is customary, what are the laws. This just popped into my head. So I don't know if he's still Future's DJ, but a couple of years ago, Future's DJ, why can I not think of this man's name? I can see his face. I could not think of his name. Damn. But you know Future's mixtape, what is it, like 40 Days and 40 Nights or whatever it's called? It's named that because his DJ got arrested in Dubai because of marijuana. Yeah. And it wasn't because they knew the rules, they knew the country, but and this is something that I think all people should understand, when Dubai says no weed, they mean no weed. So they had been traveling, you know, throughout Europe or whatever, and they were in Amsterdam. And this, what I'm about to say, I know this story has happened to two people. The Future's DJ was a lot more fortunate than this other person. But because they were in Amsterdam, where weed is legal, there was residue in his bag. And so when they went through the airport, the dog smelled it. And he went to jail. 40 days, 40 nights. I know another person who, they used to have a podcast. I don't know if they still have a podcast, but they were in jail in Dubai for years for a seed. A seed was found. Yep. Jesus. So
they tried to keep Brittany Griner.
Yeah. So you gotta know the laws, and you have to be, especially if you're like doing, like a lot of people go to Europe and they go from Amsterdam to Paris, from Paris to London, like you do that hop. Those are all different countries. I know we say the cities, London, Paris, Amsterdam, those are cities, but those cities are in countries, and countries have laws. And you have to know those laws when you're traveling. Because, listen, we talk shit about America's jails, but unless you go to jail in, Switzerland, baby, good luck. Because if I remember correctly, the Swiss are the only people who believe in rehabilitation.
That's crazy. Because I remember when we were on the cruise, I told KK, I said, we ain't traveling with Rachel no more. Let her walk first.
I don't want to know.
Let them tackle her. Let them tackle her.
I don't want to know.
We was just cracking up.
But yeah, so those are our little tips and tricks. What's your favorite destination that you've traveled to so far?
My favorite destination of all time that I've ever
in your adult
to?
New
Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans.
Okay. Yeah.
I love it. I would live there.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. I see the flashback happening right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Best domestic place I could ever go. Internationally, probably would be Barbados, because went during crop over. So that, and I love the roti. But yeah, that was cool. Like staying up to 7 o'clock in the morning, throwing paint on people. Like, what? This is a yeah, I would. There's so many places that I'm like, oh, I definitely want to go back. But then I'm like, do I though? I do.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Whole new world. As I'm planning my travel for 2025.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Man.
What's your...
hopefully I get rich.
What's your dream destination?
I don't have a dream destination, because I feel that a dream destination for me would seem like something so far-fetched that I won't get to, but like every destination I have a possibility to get to. So I don't really.
You don't have something that's like, if
I definitely have to go before I die. In the arms of Beyonce? Like, no.
Okay.
That's a destination.
Okay. All right.
Duh. But no, I don't have one where I could think where it's like, oh, I definitely want to go there.
Okay.
No. I'm down for whatever, because again, I don't know any strangers.
Valid. I understand.
Yeah, because I would say like Africa, but that trip's being planned, so I have nothing. Yeah, Doti December.
Wait, this December or next?
I want to go for a historical reason. Next December, because I would have had to do my shots.
Yeah,
2 months ago. But yeah, next December I'm going to the motherland. But yeah, that'll probably be with like the travel group though. I don't know. I gotta ask what's up with that, because that wasn't my idea, and I was like, okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Sure. Fill me in. That's my favorite line. Fill me in. Yeah, we could do New Year's in Singapore. Why? Is the Chinese food good? Woo! I gotta stop watching. Do you have a dream destination?
Yes, and it is a double entendre, because it's Paris. Not because of my kid, but one, because Paris is the city of love, and I just love love. But also because there's a Disneyland there.
Yes, and they have the Beauty and the Beast ride.
So, but prior to, I've always just, I don't know, something about Paris, even though I know that they don't really treat Black people the best. they're a little nicer to Black Americans. So, but I do. Paris is my dream destination, so to speak. And I say dream because it's not so far out of reach, but Paris is my like I need to see the Eiffel Tower in person. Yeah,
I want to see the lights. Yeah. Oh. Well, we might make it there if Beyonce drops tickets in February of next year, and we'll be singing country music in some bedazzled disco hats. Damn, I gave away my alien outfit.
You don't need an alien outfit. Now it's time to get some denim.
Denim.
Yeah. And then
denim. Maybe actually
my favorite destination that I've traveled to is New York. And I didn't expect to love New York as much as I did, but I really enjoyed New York.
Did you walk down and do like Mary Tyler Moore?
No. Times Square was very, very busy. And what's interesting is I enjoyed New York. And although we did do some touristy things, I didn't because I was also there for a conference. So I didn't get to see the Statue of Liberty and things like that because we just didn't have time. But the same way I appreciate Las Vegas, but there are just certain things I'm not going down to the Strip every single day, things like that. I appreciated New York in the same exact way because we kind of got the best of both because I did have the work conference situation. So I still had to get on the subway and go to this event and do all of that. And then after we were done, then we were able to go out and have fun. So it kind of gave me a little bit of a taste of if I lived here, this is what this would be like. But also, here are the touristy things that you could do. I definitely want to go back because there are, like I said, there are things that we didn't get to see and do. And Champagne wants to go. She's never been. She wants to go. So, yeah. But I didn't expect to love New York the way that I did. And honestly, with the exception of subways being very dirty and rent being high as fuck, I could probably live in New York. I could live in New York, with the exception, if I live, and rent is only based on, if it being expensive. If I have a great job, it doesn't matter. Subways are a little dirty, but that's what a washing machine is for. Yeah.
That's true. Were you on the subway? Was they flipping and shit on your rides? Oh, no one busted out
no songs, no.
Now that's an experience.
Yeah. But I will say, we rode, whether by myself, because there were times I got there before everyone, so I was on the subway by myself. Whether by myself or just with T, and then when the other person in the group met up with us, we rode the subway at various times throughout the day, throughout the night, and all of that. And again, it just kind of is one of those things where you're this is how people live here. This, people, when it comes to Vegas, are oh, do you live on the Strip? No, we live in normal houses. There's Starbucks on every corner. Yeah. The kids go to school up the street, right? So I think for me, when it came to the subway experience and okay, you have to walk from here to here, you got to get on this to take this station to get seeing that, and then just putting it in the mind frame of but people do this every day. I was wow, I really. Yeah, that's intense. I still don't understand why they call it the city that never sleeps because, hello, Las Vegas. But I did enjoy New York.
They be sleeping. Shoot. Because if the Smith Center keep playing, we might have to go to New York to see the Wiz anyway.
What's wrong with the Smith
Center? They haven't released the tickets. They said they won't release the tickets until 2025, and they can't give an exact date for when they will for a show that happens in April.
2025 at the bare minimum due December.
Yeah. So I was okay then.
Interesting.
Fuck you, Broadway. I just want to say April.
I just want to hear. Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to get this out.
Although
but y'all be prepared.
The experience of Broadway on Broadway would be amazing.
Would be pretty cool.
But yeah, so those are our little travel, tips and, just empowering you to travel. Yeah, and things tricks that we look out for and how we navigate the space as solo travel. Both of us have solo traveled multiple times, and just what we look out for, what we're aware for, the apps, all of that. So, and now you can renew your passport online, so make sure you do that.
Yeah, before it's too late. When does Handmaid's Tale come back?
I thought the season was over.
No, they're going to have one more season. Yeah.
Ooh, that's scary. All right, y'all. So that's going to wrap up this week's episode of Girl, What's Up With That? Damn, this episode is 2.5 hours.
I thought that was a muscle.
2.5 hours. Y'all got a lot from us today.
Yeah. Because we were talking it's a lot. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh, well, not sorry.
What's happening next week?
Next week is the 1st. It's the 1st of the month. No, it'll be the 2nd.
Just making sure nothing's going on. But yeah, so that wraps up this week's episode. Make sure you follow us on the social medias. I see you guys still watching on YouTube. Thank you. We appreciate you. I have a slightly serious question. How would you guys feel about behind the scene video clips through Patreon? Let us know.
Oh, I'm gonna have to put on a bra, huh? Oh,
I can only see your shoulders.
Anyway, you're right.
Yeah, just the head. But yeah, let us know, and
unless you want that content, and then
that's a different platform, and she will give you her
that is her
login.
Right.
I mean her screen name for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. It wouldn't be a full. It's not going to be a full show. You're not going to get just little clips, little fun little things. A lot of times you hear us saying,
because we're making faces, and the faces really good in some of the stuff.
Right. So yeah, let us know, and that might be something that we can offer via Patreon. But yeah, we'll chat with y'all next week.
Yes, don't be no haters. Talk to us.
Let us know.
Y'all don't be talking to
y'all just be listening, be all in our business, and then you don't say nothing back.
But y'all don't say nothing. I'm gonna write a message in the story, and I'm gonna say something about everybody. I'm gonna go through the friends list and be like, I heard you say it. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, I'm not gonna put a battery in her back.
Maybe. Don't give me no ideas. Don't give me any ideas. Okay, I'm
bye.
delirious. Okay, bye, y'all.
I was about to say, girl.